if you're gonna be ultra, you better be ultra awesome and not ultra mediocre, because no one likes a dude that's ultra mediocre. They just like the ultra. So it's gotta be completely 1000% ultra, not even one half a step behind that. So this is Diluvian, I think I pronounced it right, Diluvian Ultra Chapter 1. So it's only the first chapter of 3 apparently. And you're a mortal warrior woken after thousands of years in deep space, I assume. And you've been attacked by an unknown enemy, and you jump to the conclusion that it's your enemy that you've known from God knows when, thousands of years ago. And you have to defend your tomb ship from these foes and find out. So I thought it was like a kind of cool setup for a first-person shooter. I mean, I think all the plot lines for first-person shooters have been done, as far as I know. So there's very pixeled art, and unlike a lot of first-person shooters, this one is very colorful, and probably that's the highlight of this game. I looked at the art. Again, I'm a sucker of the art. There was no reference to F-Zero though, I gotta be honest guys. Compared to every other game this week, I feel like this week is like disappointing game week. Like, the artwork's awesome, but the game just it's not oozing cool as much as the game advertises the coolness factor. So it's a very fast-paced retro FPS callback. So from the last 5-10 years, there are a lot of games like this. Controls are decent, but as soon as you start jumping from platform to platform, it becomes a nightmare to get to the other platforms. And I didn't realize that there was this much jumping until like 5 minutes into the game. But I quickly died after 15 minutes, and honestly, that was enough for me. Like, I could have gone back and looked at the poster art and be excited maybe again and try it again, but just after playing the actual game, it wasn't as exciting as the poster art. So the game, as I said, has interesting banner art, but just the actual gameplay feels pretty generic to me. I was looking through reviews, because sometimes I do that just to sort of see, like, is this the vibe I've got that other people have? And sometimes people have the same vibe, and then there's games like this where I guess other people are just like, hey, it's an FPS, we gotta love it. Even if it sucks, we're still gonna pretend we love it. And I feel like a quick save system would be vastly superior to what they have here, where it's checkpoints, which again, coincidentally, RoboCop also does that. You can't save, but if you get this far in the level, we'll save for you. And, you know, you may have lost all your hair because there were certain parts in RoboCop Rogue City on hard. I couldn't do it anymore. I had to stop. And near the end of the game, there's a few points where I went down to, like, normal mode. Or, no, I was on normal mode. Normal mode was the hard. I went down to easy, which was normal. And then I'm like, I'm not going to lose sleep over this difficulty. So, yeah, I just feel like this checkpoint system is designed to be different for no good reason, and they have questionable save point parts, or just have both, you know, have the game save for you or not, and then you could save, and then, like, who cares if the game's not designed to be hard, I assume. But I found this was very frustrating, and this was a clincher when I was told I died. I had to start the game from the very beginning at the first level. Like, I hadn't even finished the first level, and I was like, okay, there's something wrong with a game when I'm not even through the first level, and I just don't want to see the rest of the game. The first chapter of 3, I just don't want to see any more of this story or series or whatever. So FPS genre is just so hard to compete in. It's either good or it sucks, and people are very unforgiving because there's so much heavy competition. Doom, whatever, Heretic, you know, all these classic games, and it's like people can just go back and play those with modern graphics now. You don't need to try something new unless you really want something new. So a game has to be especially good or fun to play, and I feel like this game doesn't have that. I never got the feeling that Diluvian Ultra was bringing anything unique to the genre other than brighter colored graphics for the levels. I felt like a floating space camera more than a powerful warrior ready to kill everything because he woke me up from deep slumber and I was PO'd. So the art style is clearly what deviates Diluvian Ultra from anything else. Bright graphics, as I've said a few times. The story's kind of interesting too, but apparently they only give fragments later, so it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to learn anything interesting about this story. So ultimately everything just feels too rough to me. Like, it doesn't feel like Doom, where it's like you play it, music's good, graphics solid, level design solid, classic. This feels like, okay, this is done, that's done, okay, done, acceptable. But yeah, just the graphics, the jumping to other platforms, just the whole reward system loop, I feel like it's not even there. Like, I got the sword, it's like, oh cool, I can whack stuff now. And it's like, I'm not enjoying this. So it's just, it doesn't feel like it's there. It's not worth the effort, unfortunately. It just feels like Ultra Kill. Like, near the end of playing this, I'm like, this feels like Ultra Kill, but like, what if the cool music and like the intense action and like the explosions and the intensity just wasn't there? Like, what if it just got totally neutered to hell, totally nuked? And you know, like, or High on Life is what I thought, without the cool graphics, cool setting, you know, humor or sense of fun. Yeah, the humor wasn't perfect in that game, but at least it was fun. Like, even if the humor was sometimes like, okay, that wasn't funny, it still hit and missed. This was just like, to me, miss, miss, miss. I don't care. You know, I'm not going to remember this game in, you know, 2 weeks. So the game goes for $12.99. I think I got it in a bundle. I wouldn't pay more than $2 for this, to be perfectly honest. I think yeah, I guess somewhere I probably got paid $4 for this. If I wouldn't, that's if I even would pay anything at all for this. It's just very hollow and with low rewards and a horrible checkpoint system. Points for creating its own world, but like, it just feels like a solid 4 out of 10 at best, and it feels like a hollow world I don't really care about. So keep on being ultra mediocre. That's cool. You know, rise above. Hopefully it gets patched into something better, but right now it's just ultra mediocre from me. And oh yeah, 4 out of 10. There you go. I did give a point system. I gave points. I sometimes forget, guys. So keep on gaming. Bye.